Just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump used his massive social media following to increase the odds that a congresswoman is assassinated. We're supposed to use like euphemisms and say that he just was attacking her, or was maybe inciting something. No, he is willing to have her be assassinated for whatever his purpose is, and we'll debate what that might be. But he posted a video that he got off of the Donald or 4chan or whatever it is that he gets his stuff from, that tried to imply that Ilhan Omar was denigrating the people who were affected by 9/11, and then implied that she was linked to the attack or responsible either personally or because she's a Muslim. It's not really clear, but what is clear is that this propaganda video that he posted and then pinned to his Twitter account was designed to rally his forces against her, something he's done before, against her individually, against other individuals, against groups. Just a couple of months ago, everybody seems to have forgotten, just a couple of months ago, he threatened to have, he said, we have the military, the police, the bikers for Trump. And you know, they don't usually go too hard unless they have to, threatening to unleash bikers for Trump on people, and now he's doing it once again. And I'm not gonna play the video because it is just propaganda. It's bad enough that it was able to exist on Twitter, and it remains on Twitter to this day. But I do wanna read a statement that was put out last night by Representative Ilhan Omar, who said, since the president's tweet Friday evening, I've experienced an increase in direct threats on my life, many directly referencing or replying to the president's video. Violent crimes and other acts of hate by right-wing extremists and white nationalists are on the rise in this country and around the world. We can no longer ignore that they are being encouraged by the occupant of the highest office in the land. She goes on to say, counties that hosted a 2016 Trump rally saw a 226% increase in hate crimes in the months following the rally, and assaults increase when cities host Trump rallies. So she is dealing with the immediate aftermath of Trump singling her out for the deranged ire of his more than 50 million followers on Twitter, I think it is. And yeah, the Capitol Police are having to work overtime to protect her. And we don't know, maybe nobody will do anything. Maybe it's just calls that are coming into her office and that sort of thing. We know it was about a week ago, somebody called, talked to one of her aides and said that he wants to put a bullet in her skull. And that was before Trump posted the video. So you can imagine how bad it's gotten.
I think what's so frustrating about this is that, how do I say this? There are always people who want to kill politicians. Mm-hmm. There are not always hundreds of people who are willing to publicly say directly on the phone line, on a government phone line, that they want to kill politicians. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's usually, I think there are a lot of people crazy enough to want to kill politicians. Mm-hmm. There are, but there's usually like, one or two, just like fringe, just ultimate, just out of it people who are willing to actually call a government office and say it over the phone.
Which is very different than just tweeting.
So many people now willing to get caught, basically, willing to get caught with these threats. And that, you cannot say that that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that their president is allowing them to be so comfortable. Like they feel like, well, I'll be okay, he'll protect me. Just like he protected your motorcycle company.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking, I tried to be, I'm sick of people giving him the benefit of some doubt or something.
Right,
because I think that we are so far past that.
Disingenuous.
But even in what I was saying earlier, I was being too, let's not get ahead of ourselves. None of this is hypothetical, none of it. Not 5 months ago, a guy wrote down a list of all of the specifically named targets, Trump's people that he likes to attack on social media, and began sending them pipe bombs. That's the thing that happened. We've moved 10 miles past that at this point. People forget that it even happened. But his fans have already shown that they're willing to try to assassinate people when he turns his attention on them. She didn't get a pipe bomb because at that point, Donald Trump didn't know who she was and hadn't started tweeting about her. Do you honestly believe that if that guy had been sending them today, that he would not include Ilhan Omar on that? That she wouldn't have a chance of having her home or office blown up by a Trump fan? And there are people out there. Since then, we already had the Coast Guard lieutenant who wanted to start some sort of race war by gunning down people, including Senator Blumenthal. Nobody has thought about Senator Blumenthal, including him and his immediate family, without being inspired to by Donald Trump. That is the only reason you appear on a list like that. And so we know how specifically he is inspiring people. And Ilhan Omar is likely to continue to face these death threats, especially when we now get to, I believe this came out today. Today's the 15th?
Yeah, today's 15th.
Today's the 15th, okay. So he sent that out a couple days ago. We've had multiple days of people saying, hey, seems sort of crazy that the president is trying to inspire an assassination. And here is what he took that criticism, and here's what he tweeted. Before Nancy, who has lost all control of Congress and is getting nothing done, decides to defend her leader, Representative Omar, she should look at the anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, and ungrateful US hate statements Omar has made. She is out of control, except for her control of Nancy. Okay, so according to Trump, she's anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, and is issuing US hate statements. This is a conservative who doesn't believe that there's hate crimes or anything like that. Right. Now they're willing to make an exception. She's in charge of Congress, Representative Omar, who has been a representative for 42 minutes now.
Right.
So she's in charge. Nancy, move to the side. We've got our new figurehead. And she's out of control. And what do you do to something that's out of control? If you're reading his tweet, you don't control her committee assignments if you're a regular person on Twitter. You're probably not one of her voters. What do you do if she's out of control?
Can I also point out that he, in that tweet, he obviously seems to think that Nancy Pelosi's ego is as fragile as his own. Mm-hmm. Because just saying, hey, she's your boss, ha, 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 that really only affects him. You know what I mean?
That's a bit of projection, but he is signaling that, look, the right is about basically, well, two things. The actual thing is transferring money to corporations and wealthy individuals. But on top of that, their electoral strategy is find a person, almost always a woman,
right,
and focus all of the right-wing frustrated white male energy onto it. And Nancy was good for that for a little bit, but he's at least signaling here that he's found someone new. Eventually it'll turn to AOC or something, we don't know.
Back to Clinton or Harris and whatever.
Exactly, if Harris or another woman, if Warren wins, then they will be what's getting tweeted about. But now it's take all of that hatred and turn it on Ilhan Omar.
But just the irresponsibility, he knows how dangerous what he's doing is. He knows that. He's got people telling him that. He knows how dangerous this is. This is not just as simple as him expressing his thoughts. He knows how dangerous this is. And the president's concern should be not creating this pathway to violence towards her.
Yeah.
But just stopping that is not, it's not at the top of his list. And that's so disheartening for the leader of our nation.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.